Fair Use Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. September 28th. Love Without Strings. Practical experience shows that nothing will so much ensure immunity from drinking as intense work with other alcoholics. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 89. Sponsorship held two surprises for me. First, that my sponsees cared about me. What I had thought was gratitude was more like love. They wanted me to be happy, to grow and remain sober. Knowing how they felt kept me from drinking more than once. Second, I discovered that I was able to love someone else responsibly, with respectful and genuine concern for that person's growth. Before that time, I had thought that my ability to care sincerely about another's well being had atrophied from lack of use. To learn that I can love without greed or anxiety has been one of the deepest gifts the program has given me. Gratitude for that gift has kept me sober many times. Courage to Change, One Day at a Time in Al Anon, September 28th. I received a powerful lesson about letting go one night at an Al Anon business meeting. It took lots of courage for me to suggest that my home group include the entire Serenity Prayer as part of the meeting opening. Another member suggested that we read the traditions more regularly. The group conscious approved the motion about the traditions, while my pet project, the Serenity Prayer, was shut down. I sat there feeling swollen with offended pride, but something I had learned in Al Anon kept pounding in my head, to place principles above personalities. Suddenly, it didn't matter that my suggestion had been defeated. We were all together in fellowship, and that was all that mattered. Within the safety of my Al Anon group, I learned to let go of needing to have my way. With practice, I am able to apply this lesson to all of my relationships. Today's reminder: it is important to express my ideas. It is also important to accept the outcome. I can acknowledge myself for taking the risk to speak out, knowing that the results of my actions are out of my hands. Today, I will choose to trust those results to my higher power. There is a quote from the Bhagavad Gita, and it reads, "Your proper concern is alone the action of duty, not the fruits of the action. Cast then away all desire and fear for the fruits and perform your duty." Just for today, Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts, September 28th. Hope. Gradually, as we become more God-centered than self-centered, our despair turns to hope. Basic text, page 95. As using addicts, despair was our relentless companion. It colored our every waking moment. Despair was born of our experience in active addiction. No matter what measures we tried to make our lives better, we slid ever deeper into misery. Attempts we made to control our lives frequently met with failure. In a sense, our first step admission of powerlessness was an acknowledgement of despair. Steps 2 and 3 lead us gradually out of the despair and into new hope. The companion of the recovering addict. Having accepted that so many of our efforts to change have failed, we come to believe that there is a power greater than ourselves. We believe this power can and will help us. We practice the second and third steps as an affirmation of our hope for a better life. Turning to this power for guidance as we come to rely more and more on a higher power for that management of our day-to-day life. The despair arising from our long experiment with self-sufficiency disappears. Just for today, I will reaffirm my third step decision. I know that with a higher power in my life, there is hope. Today, Emotions Anonymous, September 28th. Reflection for today. One of the many tools I have learned to use since coming to the program is that of writing things down. I am always surprised at how much I write. If I am unable to sleep at night, I get up and write. It certainly is better than tossing and turning in bed. If something is bothering me during the day and I do not know what it is, I write, and I write some more. It is like my higher power is guiding my hand. I do not know what I am going to write until I see what I have written. It is amazing how many problems can be solved just by seeing them spelled out in black and white. Meditation for today. May I always remember that writing things down helps me to see them more clearly. Today, I will remember, if I can see the problem, I can find a way to solve it. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics' dysfunctional families. September 28th. Spiritual experience. Education alone is not enough to gain the greatest benefit from our spiritual experience. We also learn that spiritual experiences have greater meaning when matched with a dedication to work the ACA program. BRB page 284. Most ACAs like to read. Our bookshelves, nightstands, or e-readers may be full of books, and certainly some of them provide guidance. But all the knowledge we may gain from reading will only be as good as the effort we make to use that information in our recovery process. Recovery work, that four-letter word that many of us have avoided to great lengths, seemed to be the catalyst for our spiritual growth. Our spiritual work may consist of reading regularly, supplemented with attending and sharing consistently and honestly at meetings, taking the steps with fellow travelers, journaling, and giving service. Yes, it seems like a daunting list of tasks. It may even seem impossible. It's hard to get used to taking care of ourselves. We know we can be gentle with ourselves, that some of the work will become a habit after time, and that some of the work will have a different feel at different stages of our recovery. We practice patience and tolerance with others and softly allow the spiritual experience to flow naturally and easily. The affirmation reads, "On this day I will practice working the ACA program's many facets with ease and grace, realizing that the spiritual experience comes with work." Please share, subscribe, like, and most of all, be the you that you are created to be. To remember that you are not alone, and also that recovery is possible.